Genie grind and watch him get rich, huh? Remember when I said I hit a lick, huh? I don't really wanna fuck the bitch, what? Willie went and made another hit, okay, like Prada on my motherfucking kid, huh? Louis on my motherfucking hip, huh? Curry how I dunk, no switch, hey, fucking gonna fuck that bitch, hey, if you ain't gon' fuck with me, you a dumb fuck, put up a hit but feel like one punch, look at my bank and I'm getting dumb rich, and I'm gonna count it up till 100,
Hello world, I am What If Stadia, and today we are doing What If Deku was the Underground King. Deku. We start off from last night. As Deku flies home, his cape billowing in the wind. The cape that, of course, connects to his jacket, of course. It's just disposable from the back, just in case he burns it. He made it himself, actually. After all, there ain't no, fireproof jackets just lying around. Deku, however, wasn't concerned with those material things anymore. He had been wearing his school outfit just days before this. Why was he wearing it on this night? Maybe it was the sour taste that her lips bring to his, that he subtly liked. What could it be that has changed him? Well, to say the least, he is sure of his change. He calls Beastmaster 2 o'clock in the morning. Talking to Beastmaster, saying that he will never return. Never ever. He has found a new life, a new way of things. Beastmaster interrupts rudely, cutting through the silence that was found, as Beastmaster says, "You're going to destroy everything you've made. Your whole empire. Everything. Don't you want to return and continue? Have you really found a life better than the riches and spoils you got from this one? It isn't about those anymore. Don't you understand? No, to be quite honest, I think it's quite foolish. Beastmaster, come on, listen to me. No! If you wish to do this, then stay on your own. You're never welcomed back." As he hangs up, Deku releases a sigh, putting the to his side, saying he doesn't actually feel that way. He couldn't. Beastmaster has always been like a father to him. A second one, at least. He had shown him what power really meant, what fear had guided people. He had taught him everything. He couldn't simply just remove him. As his parents outside his room scuffle, whispering to each other, this reassures them that Deku will be staying with them. Truly be with them now. This tightens their bond as he's welcomed happily in the morning. As his father pats him on the back out of pride, feeling his son's shoulders, saying, "Jesus, what are these scars, son?" As he covers it back up again, saying, "Sorry about that. It's something I acquired when I was in the fights." "Son, when you said that you almost died, is that what the scar on your chest is about?" "Well, the kid that did it to me, I'm training him right now." "Oh, thank God. You're not being assassinated. Good. Was that what you were worried about? You two are weird. Anyways, good morning, and goodbye. I'm off to school." As both of his parents wave him goodbye, he starts to walk off as Momo, rolls up in her limousine. As she gets out and waves off her butler. They both walk to school together, like normal students. Deku's posture, as Momo says that she's noticed, has changed over time. It's gone upright. He's become more at peace. Look at you making observations. Come now. I haven't changed that much, I swear. Now let's just have a good school day, eh? She says, "Well, you have to make your hero outfit first." As they start to enter the place, into the gigantic underground, the training ground that also houses a crafting room off to the side. It's engineering den that's filled with all sorts of car parts, a musty feel in the air, grease everywhere. The pink-haired wonder pops out her head, eyes gleaming, seeing Deku once more, geeking out as Momo and her lock hands, as she says, "Did you seal the deal?" As Momo's like, "Unfortunately not yet. What are you ladies scheming over there?" As they say, "Nothing." Anyways, he would like a new hero outfit. And she says, Yes, you're right. I had actually made it myself." As they say, "What?" "You see, we were required to give you guys one before the UA exam in training. So basically, I made one myself." Okay, I guess I'll try it on." As Deku had asked for a sort of face protection to stop his face from being burnt off while he uses the flamethrower inside of his throat. As she says that she's also upgraded that a little bit. He says that it hurts his lungs and expands his chest out to almost 3 inches farther than it's used to. However, it does last longer and shoot farther out. Quite useful when he used it against several targets and was able to shoot them at almost 30 feet away. Incredible. She says that there's no cloth that they have for him right now. At least, just use your normal clothes. As he actually points out onto one of the racks nearby her of a cloth. One that's wrapped in blue. And a cloak. One wrapped in the same exterior, except on the inside it was flowing water. Calm and clear. Not like the glittering gold you used to wear. As she says, "Alright, I mean, it doesn't do much, but it's gonna be quite expensive," he says. Expensiveness is no such the matter. As he wears it around almost like a monk outfit. It became his new attire, as it was useful. It also hid his pouch full of explosible capsules that would heal him in the middle of battles, whenever he would need it. He also asked for a training ring, one that he could make the weight of it go higher and higher just by a click of a button that he kept inside of the pouch around his waist. She says, "Oh yes, one more thing." As he's like, "What? What is it?" "You didn't ask for this, however, I kind of made it myself." "What?" As then she comes out with a hat, a rice farmer's hat, but except it was made out of metal. The gold brim around it, however subtle it was, but it almost showed his past to him. The reflection on the inside and the tips was prickly. It stabbed his hand right as he tried to pick it up, as she says, "Watch out. Right as you throw this thing, it'll chop through everything that it sees in sight. Also, the front of it has some eye holes that you could see through, just in case you need to use it as a shield." "What's it made out of?" "Titanium." Incredible. As he kicks it up into the air, then he performs multiple tricks with it, bouncing it around the room by kicking the underside of it, controlling with the tips of his feet on the inside like a disc. As then he lets it glide gently onto his head as it stops. It works perfectly. As he pats her on the back and thanks her for all of her hard work, Momo says, "Did you hear that? He thanked you." As engineer girl can't even believe it. She's just out of her mind right now. She can't even believe it. As Momo and him strap back down to the bus stop, as they start, as they were actually bodyguards, assigned to, Deku was a bodyguard assigned to protect Momo on this UA tour bus. In the tour bus, he meets Bakugo and Kirishima, both chatting it up in the back. As Bakugo can't help but boast about his power, Deku has a certain annoyance for those types of guys. Ones who have power, yes, maybe enough to boast, but they weigh outweigh themselves. Like they have something to compensate for. He doesn't realize it, but he was saying this out loud. As Bakugo, just kind of threatens his life a little bit. What'd you say, you freaking top hat wearing prick? As then Deku's just, alright. Kid, I'm only here because of your protection. If you think that you can defend yourself, please be my guest. However, it'll be a slight test. As then Deku and him meet eyes. As, Deku takes off the rice farmer hat, meeting Bakugo's eyes. As they clash heads in the middle of the bus stop. However, Aizawa stops Bakugo's Qwirk, saying, "Enough, kids! Sit your asses down. He's only here to protect you. Don't get riled up just because of some things. You better have some better, freaking maturity around these parts. All right? We're here." As then, they all get out. Deku and Bakugo the pressure is immeasurable between the two of them. As Deku walks in and sees the huge arena, all the different places as he puts back on his top hat, looking down to the ground as he reminds himself of that name, UA. Where has he heard that before? As Aizawa starts to explain, every single part of UA was made and designed to keep the heroes in here and train them in different scenarios. As then he remembers, that night he was given a mission, an offer for money. They would make partner. With who? For what? Who could it? As then, 10 portals open up. Dark, abyssal creatures, people of the night, villains, walk outside of the portals, bringing along one Nomu with them. As Deku remembers, it was a mission. It was a whole mission. This was the day I forgot. It was so long ago. As then Shigaraki says, "Welcome, heroes, to your deaths." As then Deku picks up Ida and throws him to the side, way quicker than Deku telling Ida to do anything. As then Ida just starts running, thinking that Deku and all the rest of the villains are attacking them. As then Deku readies himself, just how Bakugo does. However, Bakugo starts dashing really fast. As Deku was just barely ahead of him, Deku jumps up and steps on Bakugo's face and uses him as a propulsion to dash down to the main land, the desert, where nothing could be found. As Deku meets eye to eye with Shigaraki before he even gets off another word. As then Shigaraki's like, "Underground King." As Deku says, "What exactly is your plan to take down someone of my matter?" As he slows himself down and starts walking at that pace of an old man, he holds himself differently. He has begun to be soft. He hears a voice. It was the Beastmaster. "Child, you dare stand in our way once more. I told you, don't ever try to come back. And now you're groveling on your feet." As he looks to the left of Shigaraki, that was no Nomu. No, that was Beastmaster. Beastmaster meets the eyes of Deku as he says, "Don't get in our way. I know you could destroy all of us in almost 2 seconds. However, this is just business, kid." As then Deku says, No, it's no longer business. These are children, innocent children. Look at him begging for his life." As Beastmaster is interrupted by Shigaraki, "Kirigiri, throw me in." As then Shigaraki's dropped on top of Deku. Deku instantly just uppercuts him, stopping him from even doing anything. through the portal. As Shigaraki just falls down to his knees, like, as Beastmaster's like, that's right, no one can beat him, except for me. Panther speed, Panther talons. As then Beastmaster charges after Deku. Deku's unable to even comprehend the speed of the strike, as Deku's just punched across the stadium, claws sinking into his left torso. Deku holding onto his left torso, unable to breathe from that place just for a moment as his lung was punctured. He starts to use one of the regeneration capsules, as then Beastmaster crushes the ground while changing into a actual puma. A panther, I mean, as the ground under him is crushed because of his natural strength. This was a 10-foot panther. Like, this was a gigantic Black Panther. As all the rest of the students are teleported away into their different sections, Deku picks himself back up and grabs his hat before it can fall. He says, I know I gave up that life, but death will never find me again! As then he throws his hat straight at the panther, slicing off the ear of Beastmaster as he falls over to the side and picks himself back up. Beastmaster charges back at him, now mad, unable to control his rage, as he just pounces onto Deku. However, Deku brings up his legs, kicking Beastmaster into the wall, and then reflecting a punch straight into his gut. Especially into his gut, just enough that it would knock the wind out of him. However, Beastmaster changes already into an octopus, wrapping all his arms in tentacles, bringing him up into the air and then smashing him into the ground and then smashing him into the wall. Deku unable to do anything, just like fighting Mirio, as he starts to see death again on his door. No, I won't see him no more. As then his hat comes back and slices off one of the tentacles. He grabs it and slices off the other tentacle with it, as Beastmaster reels in pain, shifting back into his original form, looking at his scarred arms. God damn it. You always were a tricky customer. I thought you were stronger! As Deku says, I never was that strong. You always just overestimated me. As Beastmaster says, No, you're strong! You're way stronger! As Deku says, No, I never was that strong. As Beastmaster, this is unacceptable. Beat me! Fight me! Kill me! Or else you'll be killed yourself. As then Beastmaster, arms of lion.